When you build your PC, do you just build it for raw performance, completely throwing looks in the garbage, going for the cheapest deals possible to get you the most power? Are you one of those person that enjoys to color coordinate their rig? Not only is it powerful, it has the aesthetic to go with its power, has that look, either that aggressiveness, that sleekness, just something you like. Well, today we have an option for you. You might have bought a power supply that is semi-modular, is fully modular, or even, non-modular at all. That's where these come in. Antec Sleeved Cabling. So Antec actually reached out to us and asked us if we'd like to do a review of these. And since I have used a pair of cable extensions before, I thought, no, why not? We'll gladly try them out, see what we think about them. So to those of you that don't know, you do have custom cabling for certain power supplies where you can get them, the colors you want. You can order them off of certain websites. But, some people don't want to have to look through it, and sometimes it can be really costly comparatively. That's where these come in. So this cabling from Antec specifically are what's called extensions. These are extension cables. They latch on to your CPU's 24 pin, the 8 pin for CPU power, 8 pin for your GPU power as well. And it just kind of takes a little bit of the stress away from it. I mean, that or you don't have to custom sleeve your own cabling, which is a really nice thing to do. These are essentially another thing to add to the aesthetic of your build. You have the motherboard, you have the cooler that matches, the PC case. And then your ketchup and mustard comes out of the grommets and kind of throws it all away. That's where these would come in. But enough of me talking about it. Let's go ahead and open them up, see how they feel, see how they route in an actual PC that we'll go ahead and throw them in, and just see how they look and see how they add to the aesthetic. Alrighty, so here it is, the Antec Sleeved Cabling. The extension set, that is. The pack we have here is green and black, but it actually comes in a multitude of colors. Let's go up here. You've got black, white, got red and black. Obviously this one's green and black, yellow and black, black and red, and then you've got black, gray, blue, and white. I actually really like that last one. That's a good color array, as is this one though. I actually like how these look. Let's go ahead and open it. Let's pull that bad boy out. Oh, very nice. I've actually bought cable sets before that don't come with these. These are combs. These are specifically to help you, route your cables and keep them trained in a certain way so that they just have a natural look to them, like they just go straight in the power supply, or they sway in a certain way that just gives a nice curvature look. That's what these bad boys would be for. Awesome, put these to the side. Now let's get some of these cables out. Oh yeah. You've got your 6 pin, you've got your 8 pin, you've got your 8 pin. Looking good. On first feel, they feel rigid. I feel like these, I actually might not even have to use the comb on these. I think that I'll actually end up getting the desired bend, and it will look just as good without them. We'll see. Let's go ahead and pull the rest out. And then you got the 24 pin, and that's all. So you got this beautiful, nice, long and thick 24 pin. This means business, that's for sure. But yes, all right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna see what we all got. You got your 24, 8, 8, it's a 6, another 6, and an 8, and your 24 pin. We're gonna go ahead and put these in a PC, and we're just gonna see how it does for the overall aesthetic of the PC itself. So here's just the back of the PC. We're just getting the 24 pin and everything ready. If you look here, you can see the ketchup and mustard cabling. And so when you're trying to color match your build, you really don't want these ugly things. Sometimes they just stick out like a sore thumb. And so that's when these bad boys come in. So I'm just gonna show you guys how to put them on, and then we'll skip to the finished product. So they have an extension end that just slots right into this. If you're smarter than it, you just gotta So for these, you'll just find a little clipping end that will then go where the clip end is on the corresponding cable. And they just click. There we go. So there it is. It's extended. So we're just going to go ahead and route these in where they need to be, and then we'll close the case and show you the finished product. Alrighty, here they are in the PC. Currently, you can see the green color really well in this case. It might look a little yellow, but it is a nice green. That's just how this lighting works. But if you see, it's got a nice billow. I mean, you can train it. You can use these cable combs, make them like nice and tight and pull them to the back. It's not really my thing. I really like to kind of show off the cabling I've got. You can do a nice trained path like this up to the GPU itself, one up to the CPU. But as you can tell, they're just a good looking pack of cable extensions, and they fit, so that's something. But yeah, alrighty, we're gonna move on now to my final thoughts on them. Now we're to the extremely objective part of everything. We've felt them, we've used them, we've talked about them. Now it's time for the overall thoughts. You're probably thinking, you know, how do you review cable extensions? I mean, they're just cable extensions. And that's where I disagree. You can easily review these. One of which is actually, in my case, my large rig. I have, you know, purple extensions from a different company, and they're kind of flimsy. They're kind of wishy-washy. And that's where these cables, Antec cables, have the advantage, in my opinion. They're tight. They naturally have a good curvature to them. They stay pretty uniform. I know you're thinking to yourself, but what about the 24 pin? Yeah, we saw the 8 pin on the GPU to the Zotac card, but to the motherboard, you know, it was that big billow. Well, one, I actually like the big billow. That kind of shows off the cabling a little bit. But in this case, in that ASA case, which you can find in the video right here, it's just not enough room for the cable extension set. It's kind of a cheap case to begin with. But if you have the room for it, these cables can really be almost a godsend. You can help with the overall look of your build. It can bring it to that next level. The only problem I might have with them is my RGB set that I was using on the green setting made them look a little yellow. And you know, your mileage may vary on that. It might just have really cheap RGB fans comparatively. Overall, I like these cables. You know, when Antec reached out to us, they said, you know, we want your honest opinion about it. We'd like you to do a review on it. I gladly took the offer because, I mean, I was kind of a little upset with my own cable, custom cable extensions that I had purchased because they were a little flimsy and they didn't really pop like I wanted them to. And these did the complete opposite. They were nice and tight. They really popped out when they were put under RGB light. And I feel like Antec's color scheme that they have going is really easily accessible for us. By easily accessible, I mean we can incorporate them into our builds fairly readily. And I really think that this is a good product to look into. If you're looking into, you know, increasing the aesthetics of your overall build, I'd look into the Antec cable extensions. We go ahead and popped a link down in the information about where you can buy these, what color cables are currently in. And if you guys enjoyed this review, please give us a thumbs up. If you disliked it, go ahead and dislike it. But leave us a comment. What do you think? Are you a really big cable user? Do you buy cable extensions? And if you do buy cable extensions, you know, what kind have you bought? Like, do you buy like the ones for your PSU, or are you someone that would actually be interested in buying extension cables specifically? Just go ahead and leave a comment below. Thank you guys very much, and I'll see you again next week.